afternoon, everybody. Jason with Pinnacle Home Building again. We are out on our Marina Terrace project, and this isn't going to be an episode update, just a short video on how to flash the sill of a window. So, water is our #1 enemy. This is an untreated windowsill in our great room of the house. We've got a few windows here. And when we install the window, we're going to install it from the outside, of course, and we will have a flashing tape down the sides, each side, and a flashing tape over the top. And what we'll do is we'll actually leave the bottom open. So there'll be no flashing tape on the outside of the window. What that allows is if any water gets behind our flashing for the window, it leaves a place for the water to exit. If we were to tape the bottom and any water got in, that water would be trapped in the bottom, and eventually it would cause rot, mold, all the fun stuff you don't want. So, since we're going to leave that bottom open on the outside, in anticipation of at some point having a little bit of moisture, we have to protect the wood. So we are going to use Zip Systems stretch tape. Now, mind you, this is the second time I've ever used it. By a second time, I mean the second windowsill. So this will show you how easy it is to use, and anybody can use it. I'm using the 10-inch tape. Honestly, the 6-inch was probably the right call for this, given we've got just a 2x6 exterior wall and the 7/16 sheeting. So we're going to have a little bit more overlap than we need, but I'd rather have too much than too little. So very basic tool list. We've got our tape measure, knife, squeegee, the zip roller. As I've discussed with you guys before, always roll the tape. This goes for all zip tape products. You've got to roll the tape. Sharpie and our zip tape. And what we'll start with is we're going to come up 6 inches on the side. And I am going to hand off the camera here in a second so I can actually use both hands. Okay. So we're going to mark off 6 inches on both sides as our stopping point. And what I learned after doing it just on one windowsill so far is to go halfway, don't go the whole thing. We're 37, so about 18 and a half is going to be our midpoint. Well, we're going to take our zip tape and we're going to leave the backing on it because this stuff is super sticky and we do not want to have it stick to itself. It does not want to let go. On the 6-inch tape, it's all one piece. On the 10-inch tape, you've got a dividing line in the middle. So we're gonna roll it out. We're gonna set our end so it's at that 6-inch point, and then we're gonna come down here and make our cut so we're at the halfway. Up there. So we'll be just outside of this. And it comes with little notched lines on it. And just a fresh, sharp blade cut right through it. Now, I'm only going to take half of the backing off at a time to try and make it a little easier to work with. And when we go to set this in, I'm going to set just to the inside of the framing, right at our 6-inch mark. And I'm just going to kind of press it down. Again, trying not to let the tape fold over and touch itself. And I'm going to set it out to our halfway point. And then tap it in place there. So we're at our 6-inch. We're pushed into our corner. And this is where, now you would think I wouldn't lose tools when I have this few of them. I'm just gonna push it into the corner so we've got a good crisp edge there. And then we're going to take the backing off of the other side. Easier said than done. Like I said, this stuff is super tacky. I'll make sure they speed up the clip so you guys aren't like watching paint dry getting this off. And I goofed and let it touch, which is going to make it a little interesting to get apart, but we got it. And then if you want to take the camera and go through the window there, so they can see the outside. So the great thing about this tape is it can stretch the corner. Unlike standard tape, you would never be able to do this in one piece. And we're just going to give it a little stretch down. And with our handy dandy zip roller, we're going to roll the tape out. Just make sure you go over the whole thing. The pressure helps set the adhesive so we don't have to worry about it coming undone. We're going to do the same thing for inside of the sill. And then we're going to repeat the process for the other side with one small change. We don't want to have it stop in the middle. We want to make sure we have a couple inches of overlap. Again, we're going to come up and we'll come to our 6-inch mark. And we're about right here is where our tape is at. And I want to be careful not to cut the tape we've already put down, so I'm just going to make a little slice there. Come over to the sawhorse and finish my cut. I don't want to risk cutting my leg, so I'm not going to do it on the ground. Okay. And we're going to repeat the same process. We'll peel half. Again, maybe. And this is going to be to my right side, which is not the most coordinated working this way. So and you'll see we've got a good level of overlap over our first piece of tape here. And I'm going to try and do this without letting it stick to itself like I did on the other side. We've got thunder coming in the background, so we're trying to beat the weather here. And it's sticking a little bit there. And can't leave that little piece. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing. We're going to pull the corner out, give it a stretch and a stick. And we'll just come over. And grab our roller. And that is it. See, it even tells you. roll the tape. Critical step. So now we have a nice waterproof sill. And again, only the second sill I've ever done, so room for improvement for sure, but you can see it goes in pretty easily. If you like this how-to video, follow the page, give us a like on the video, as we're going to be putting up a few more how-to videos, some instructional videos, framing 101, blueprint reading, miscellaneous things like that will be coming. If you like watching the build process from scratch, we are doing a weekly episode on this project, as well as another one, from start to finish, from ground break all the way through a move-in ready home. So if you'd like to see that, again, give the page a follow, subscribe would be nice, give us a thumbs up, and we appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next time. Thank you.